Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Video Store Memoirs. I'm your host, Kevin Salina, here to talk to you today about the newly released action thriller mystery, what have you, called Argylle, directed by Matthew Vaughn. First, as always, let's go to our friends at IMDb and let you know exactly what their thoughts were about it. Their quick synopsis. A recluse author who writes espionage novels about secret agents and global spy syndicate realized the plot of her new book she's writing starts to mirror real-world events in real time. Okay, I'm really glad I read that first because it kind of gives me the same idea of what I had about this movie watching it. Like I said, this is a over-the-top type of action movie, which is, pretty much on par with what Matthew Vaughn director style is, but just like that synopsis I read, it's too much. Allow me to elaborate. The movie is 2 hours and 19 minutes long. I personally feel you could cut out, I'd say, 20 minutes, and this movie would have been a lot more enjoyable. Not to say that it isn't a fun movie to watch, but it was too much. Now, again, let me explain. I'm saying it's too much. Not over the top. It's too much. There are plenty of scenes that I think were perfect size, perfectly timed, but there were a lot of scenes towards the middle and third act of this film that were just too much. They went way too long. They could have been cut down and still got the same type of tone of what they were going for across. I could think of maybe like 3 or 4 action sequences in this movie that it just kept going a little too long, and it has one of those looking at your watch as, oh, this is still going kind of moment. Now let me repeat myself. I thought this movie was fine. I thought this movie was good. It has an interesting idea to it. It's pretty cool, the ins and outs that have to do with swapping between the real world and the author's vision of what the spy world is. But there's just certain aspects of it that were, again, too much. You want to dive in as much as possible, and they do a good job of setting up story and giving you ideas of where this could go, to the point that somewhere in the movie you're trying to figure out yourself, okay, where are we going with this? Her book could possibly be about a real person. That's what's putting her in danger. So you start thinking to yourself, ooh, I wonder who Argylle really is. Who's this real person that it's come too close to home for? But, like I said, about midway to the end, there are so many back and forth moments that take too long to get to the point that you are looking at your watch a little more than you should for a movie of this kind. Henry Cavill is great. I've always liked him. I still think he should be Superman, but that's for a different debate or a different podcast. Bryce Dallas Howard, she is fantastic. She does her role very well. She holds everyone's attention as the lead. Sam Rockwell is Sam Rockwell. If anyone has ever seen this man in any movie he's ever done, whether it be Iron Man 2, Charlie's Angels, any movie where he plays a character who is specifically over the top, he nails it. He's the typical character, yeah, I'm the shit, you're in the room with me, so you're not going to ever be better than me. That kind of guy. One other thing I will say that I thought probably threw this movie off for me, every movie I've seen directed by Matthew Vaughn has been, the action sequence has been very rated R, blood splatter, a little more neck-breaking kind of action, and this was dialed back to PG-13, and you could see in some cases if they did an uncut version of this movie where they would throw in some special effects for blood splatter and stuff like that, it probably would work a little better. But it seemed a little off for some of the, especially gun sequences, that you're not seeing any blood splattered anywhere. So I don't know, it threw it off for me a little bit because I've grown to expect that with this director. But that's just me. Overall, I'd say I'd give this movie between two and a half clamshells. Like I said, it's good. It's not great. I could see where they were going with it, but they tried to add too much extra in it to try and sell it when it really, in most cases, really didn't need it. But that is my opinion. I wanted to hear from you guys. You go out. The movie's out right now. Hell, actually, as of this moment, it is number one in the theaters right now. So go out, reach out to us. Video Store Memoirs. You can talk to us anywhere on social media. We want to hear your thoughts. Let us know what you think. You agree, disagree. I love the debate. I love to hear opinions. But like I said, that's me. That's my review of the movie Argylle. Thank you all every time for checking in with us, seeing what we do on our little show here. We've got plenty more coming your way throughout the week. So keep your ears up. Keep your subscriptions going, as it were. And we will see you next time. Thank you so much. As always, I'm Kevin Salina. Enjoy the movie.